In this video, we'll demonstrate how you can use the audio recorder and player control in applications that you build using the UX component that are running in a PhoneGap shell. So you can see here that we have a reflection of my phone running on the screen, and we're running a PhoneGap application here that's a very simple application. It just has a list control with a detail view where we can go and add new records, and for each new record we can make an audio recording. So I'm going to tap details to move over to the detail view for the list control here, and let's go and add a new record. So I'll just type in, say, test over there and then start recording. So this is a new recording, and you can see that while I'm recording, the indicator over here indicates my recording level. This indicates how long I've been recording for. This allows me to pause the recording, and then when I'm done I can just tap the done button. So now I've basically ended this recording, and now if I go ahead here and hit the save button, you can see our new record gets added to the database. I've got debugging information turned on over here so we can actually see what's getting stored in the list, but you can see there's my new record. You can see the little blue icon over there indicating that this is a new record, and you can also see that there's the value test that we typed in. Now if we go and look at the SQL database that's behind this list right now, you'll see that there are no records currently in the SQL database. So let's go back now and tap the synchronize button. So when I tap the synchronize button, what happens is the audio file gets uploaded. In this case we're uploading it to Amazon S3, and then the data gets saved in the SQL database. So if we go back now and look at the SQL database, let's just do a refresh over here. Here's the new record that got added, and you can see that the SQL database stores the file name of the audio file that was uploaded to S3. So now if we go back to our component and let's just run it in a browser over here now. So there's our component running in a browser. So we'll tap on the first row there, go over to details, and now you can see that the audio control now is set into playback mode because there's an existing audio file for this record. And if I go ahead now and press the play button, so this is a new recording, and you can see that while I'm recording, so what you're hearing over there is the recording now. So basically on the desktop application running in my browser, we're playing back the audio file that was uploaded to S3 using this audio player control here. Right now we're in playback mode, and we're playing back the file. We've stopped now, we've paused it. We can jump to the beginning of the file, to the end of the file, or the beginning of the file, and then we can basically play it back. Now right now I'm in playback mode, but I can tap that button there to switch back into record mode if I wanted to replace this recording with some other recording. So what we have over here is a mobile app that's running in PhoneGap that is allowing us to make as many recordings as we want while we're disconnected, and then when we connect up finally, when we get our connection back and we synchronize, the audio files get uploaded to either S3 or to the Alpha server. S3 would be the preferred location, and then the actual data that gets stored in the SQL database behind the list is the file name, or in this case the URL of the audio file. So now that we've seen the application working, let's go back in the next video and look at how it was actually constructed. In this video we'll look at how you can build a UX component application that allows audio recording. So we're going to build a list control with a detail view, and we're going to use the new audio recorder and player control for one of the fields in the list detail view. So this particular list over here is based on a MySQL database. You can see that if we go here and we look at this list, we can see that the list is based on a MySQL database called audio file. And if we go look at that that database, we can see that it's a very simple table structure. It just has an ID field, a name field, and then an audio file field. They're all just character fields. If we go back and look at the actual structure of the table here, we can see that the table basically has ID is just an integer field. It's an auto increment field. Then the name field, just a character, 20 characters, and then audio files is just a long text field over there. So basically it's a very simple structure behind our list. And then you can see that in the actual fields over here, we've specified that this audio file field has a control type of audio. So all that is really telling us is that when we synchronize this list, look to see whether there are any file names in this field and synchronize those files to upload those files first before synchronizing the actual data. So then you can see that in the detailed view of the list here, we've gone over to the media and other linked files, and we've set the upload target for all media files to be S3. So we've defined and we've specified our S3 connection string to upload the files. So the S3 connection string was built by going over to the web control panel and then just choosing tools and then going to storage connection strings. So going back now to our component, we can see also that basically we've turned on the detail view for this particular list control over here. And then when we defined the detail view, when we placed the audio file field on the screen, we set the control type of this field to be a audio recorder and player. So the audio recorder and player allows you to both play back audio files and record new audio files. The playback portion will work in a browser, just on a desktop browser. The record portion will only work if you're running in PhoneGap. And then we've gone over here to our control properties. We've customized the text labels that show up on the control, and we've said that the maximum recording duration is set to 0, which means that there's no limit as to how long a recording can be. You can set a limit of, say, 10 seconds or 20 seconds or however long you want when you basically make a recording. And that's all that we had to do. So after that, once we had done that, we could then basically run this component. We could run it even with no connection. We could create as many records as we wanted. Each record we could create audio recordings that were attached to that record. And then when we click the synchronize button, the files were uploaded from the mobile device to S3, and then the data was stored in the underlying database. So basically adding audio recording to mobile applications using the UX component and using the new audio recorder and playback control is extremely easy. Thanks very much for watching.